Well guys, I gotta get this power washer up on that table over there. So I'm gonna use the hoist. Hopefully I can get this strap on here. Yeah. And I'll bring it around the other side. This is a dog type of strap harness, whatever you want to call it. So if you want to walk two small dogs on one lead. And I found out what the problem is with all these trains all of a sudden. It's not so much that there's a lot of trains all of a sudden, than it is they're working on the track about a mile down the road. So, where's my button? I'm lowering the hoist here, by the way. Now it's going to go up crooked, but that's all right. So now, I'll scoot this over. It's got all kinds of shit under it. Get all this out of the way. Don't realize what you're using until you go to use it for something else. Get this over here, and there we go. There. All right. So let's get this off here. Move this back over here. There we go. I'll let this hang here for, let me put it up a little bit so I don't knock my head on it. Poke out an eye or something. Because actually it'll even be easier to try to start up here as well. Just let me twist it because I want to be able to have a nice pull without hitting anything. Okay, so gas is on, choke is on. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. As long as the gas is on. We have fresh gas in there. The switch, that could be right there the problem, dampness in the on-off switch. So I guess maybe I should just get the heat gun and put a little heat on that on-off switch. There's not much more that could be wrong other than that switch, which basically kind of just shorts off the ground. So I still have a, oh, I got you guys looking at something there. I still have a place to put this thing. There, I'll put you over here. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. I still have a little, and I don't know how to explain it. It's not really a discomfort, but soreness maybe? I don't know. I really don't know what to call it. Which the doctor says it may have. You know, because he did some burning, you know, inside my heart. So it would be like, you know, a burn, you know, on your body as well, I guess, you know. Until it actually heals, you're going to have that healing feeling, I guess you can call it. I'm just going to heat the metal up down here. I don't want to put too much heat on the switch itself. I mean, it's not much of a switch. Basically, it just switches off the ground to the chassis and kills the engine. But I just want to get it warm on the inside. I don't want to melt the switch. I'll let that sit for a minute. I'll put the heat gun back. So, we're talking a week of rain on and off. I'm hoping on the off chance of some sun. And not just what we have today, which is just cloudy, drizzly, damp, wet weather. Okay. My toes are still bothering me a little bit. But only because I jammed them into something else. The same 3 toes that I broke a few weeks ago. So they're still sore. I mean, not that it's a big deal, but it's kind of a pain in the foot. Okay, how's that? Yeah, that's nice and warm, so that should help. I'm going to change the wheels on this because I notice when I go to tip it back a little bit, the hose that hangs starts to drag, and then these wheels get caught on everything. Now I do have another set of wheels that I put on the other one that actually have an air tube, and they're about maybe 1.5 inches wider and about probably 2 inches taller, which would be perfect. All I'd have to do is just add a 2-inch block right here, and I shouldn't have any problems. So I may do that as well. Okay, let me pull that plug just for the hell of it. Now this is my own fault. I have nobody to blame but myself when I miss one. I shouldn't have left it out, but I forgot all about it in the beginning. I mean, I was in the hospital, so and I wasn't about to have the wife go nuts trying to pull it in, and, you know. And it's not like it was going to ruin it, just making it a little bit harder for me to start it, that's all. I never tried this. Let me try this. This is a cheap one. It's one of those flexible shafts, extensions, but this is a Tractor Supply. I'm not crazy about some of this stuff. And I guess it worked. I noticed Antonio, I don't know if you guys noticed him commenting on my channel or not. Sounds like a young guy. Definitely has a tool fetish. Yeah, this was fouled out. That's a lot of what his channel's about, which is pretty good because he gives a lot of part numbers and things if you're interested in them. I noticed he was buying something. I gotta check. He bought a socket, or a ratchet rather, a couple of ratchets actually. And they were made in the USA. He got them on Amazon, if I remember correctly. But I think he said he paid like a couple of $100 for the two of them. Like maybe closer to 300. This is electronic cleaner. Oh no, this is brake cleaner. Where the hell is electronic cleaner? Okay, smart ash. That's a smart move. No shit. Well, I don't have an electronic cleaner, so I guess I am kind of stuck here. I usually use electronic cleaner for this because it cleans and it dries instantly. It doesn't leave any residue like the brake fluid does. So, but meanwhile, like I was saying with Antonio, if he's paying that kind of money for a couple of ratchets, I mean, they may be good, I don't know. I never heard of them, to be honest with you. You can buy Snap-on. So I gotta check to see what it was he was actually buying. I gotta fix my, there it is. I gotta fix my, come on, geez. My grinding wheel, buffing wheel, whatever you want to call it, wire brush. It loosened up on the little frame that bolts down, and I noticed that some of the bolts that hold it down are good, but the threads seem to be in the unit itself seem to be bad. So I don't know if it's going to be worth retapping or just put a tack on it, give it a quick weld. Because right now it's apart over there. Now that I have room, because I tore apart the other bandsaw that I had, now I have room on the counter over there so that I can do that. Let me get the air hose here for a minute. Someday I'm going to pick up an air hose like Rusty has, Rusty Glove Box. I used to have it in my shop. you know, the one that hangs from the ceiling with the pulley, because it'll keep all this crap off the floor, and don't have to worry about tripping all over it. Now, it also will make life easy. However, not that I'm into making life tough for myself, but I don't mind. I actually feel better when I know I'm bending over and lifting and picking things up and things, because I'm not, you know, going dormant. So, you know, if you don't keep the body moving, in my opinion, sooner or later you're going to start having problems. Now, my sister's companion ended up dying in bed because she got to the point to where she didn't want to get out of bed and do anything, you know, and eventually you follow? So, and personally, I'm not into that. So I'd rather force myself into little things like bending over to pick up the air hose. And it's a pain in the ass when I'm trying to wheel something around and I got an air hose on the floor, because I don't roll it up or hang it. But you know, bending over to get it is not a big deal to me at this point. Where if all I had to do was this, definitely convenience. And definitely a good idea. I just don't know if I want to do that or not. I suppose if I trip over it enough and always trying to get it from untangling, that would be the way to go. Come on, get in there. There you go. So, I'll probably end up buying one. Hang it up someplace. Should have made this extension bigger when I put it on, the addition. So anyway, I heard somebody out there, I forgot who it was, Guns and Gadgets or something. He's a law enforcement officer in Massachusetts. Guns and Gadgets, I think. And he follows up on a lot of the laws, which is good. That's his channel. And apparently he was at the I don't know where it was, but wherever he was at the NRA show, whatever. And it's not so much that it's a show, you know, like with guns and things. It's more so yeah, okay. More so on what the NRA is doing and so on and so forth. Now, he had said that during this conference that the NRA was supposedly in a lot of trouble money-wise. Well, I've said it before. The NRA is a needed evil, unfortunately. And that's the way I look at it. That's a snap-on socket I got on there. Now, why would I put a snap-on socket on that? Anyway, it's a needed evil. Without it, we're in trouble. However, they have us basically over the barrel. So that's what I mean by a needed evil. Now, I'm a member of the NRA, and I have been. I'm an NRA instructor as well as state certified. I'm actually nationally certified. So at that point, you know, I do believe in the NRA as being needed at this point, because they're basically the only ones we have that are supposedly fighting for us. So I'm a member, I give my dues, I don't give any extra, I pay my dues. I pay my instructor fees. All right? If there's any training manuals that I have to buy for the students, I buy those. So I support them that way. But I'm not going to just give extra money, because to be honest with you, here in Connecticut, they do nothing for us. They really don't. And because of that, they're actually losing here in Connecticut, because a lot of Connecticut members started dropping out. The only thing that keeps us going here in Connecticut right now is if you belong to a club, the club gets certain benefits if they're 100% NRA membership. So the clubs, you have to be an NRA member to join a club nowadays, basically. But other than that, they really do nothing for us here in Connecticut. They really don't. And you guys down south and Midwest, you know, you guys are lucky. Your gun laws are relatively lenient. They're kind of easy to deal with. You know, you guys complain about bump stocks. Well, we're just trying to be able to buy an AR. You know, we can't even buy an AR, and you're worried about a bump stock? Come on, you know what I mean? Yeah, in my opinion, you don't need a bump stock. To be honest with you, you know, I would never go against it. I would fight for the right to have it, because you can't give that much, because they'll take that much. So, you know, at that point, that's all there is to it. But here in Connecticut, NRA turns their back on us all the time. I held the first Friends of NRA banquet here in Connecticut back in the 90s.